For the first time in forever. Okay, I got this. I'm ready. I'm so ready. I'm warmed up. Okay. Hello, guys. It's Tyler from Mountain Goat Gaming, and I'm here with my esteemed co-host, the best player in Australia himself, Alex Calisante.
Stop it.
Oh man.
Stop
So
it.
we're here today to go over the recent big tournament here in Australia, CanCon. It basically had roughly like 80 players, I think, 80 plus
Yep.
players. 900 points. But with this tournament, we decided to bring the same list. Well, I thought we anyway. Either
I
way,
tried not to, but it was so
stay
hard.
either way, stay tuned. We'll get into it. And Alex, you wanna do our sponsors?
Absolutely. We have so many because we're so happy with all the people that help us out. First and foremost, for all your 3D printing miniature requirements, the Bard's table, use code GOATS for a discount there. A sublime quality. I've gotten a heap of their stuff. They usually throw in a free gift as well. Amazing. If you want terrain to put on your boards for those minis to walk around, Conquest Creations, you can go and buy any of his designs from any of his sets. Chucking code goes for a 5% discount there. And as always, drop us a subscribe, a like on YouTube, hit the notification bell, and check us out on Discord where we are regularly online having chats, talking about rules, talking about lists. Get on there to be a part of the inner goats community. And without further ado, we should probably talk about this tournament, huh?
Just a bit.
Bang.
Okay, so 900 points. Legacies were allowed. It was 6 games in total, 2 hours and 45 minutes. The scenarios were just chosen by the TO prior to the round. Um, we did not have it go pool by pool though. These little schnitzels just they kept us on our toes. Max one breathe fire for the good of the community. We love that. Thank you, Daniel. Greatly appreciate it. And we had 100 model count limit. So yeah, I'm not going to be stalled out of my games. Either way, but so far so good. Now lists, take it away,
Okay.
sir.
It is technically my slide, but you are the concoctor of said list. So do you want to go over it and actually have a chat about it? Because you
Yep.
put a good amount of thought into it. You've played it at lower points, and then kind of, not that it was hard to
Scaled
scale
it.
up, but did scale it up to 900.
Hmm.
Tell us about it.
So obviously, when it's at lower points, you're only really able to bring one of the monsters. And so typically it's one monster, leggy, some sort of quality dwarven hero, and then a late town militia captain. Now we had the 900 points. You have a paradigm to pick whether or not you want the big bad bear, or you can also supplement it for like two little great eagles. But for me, I just think Bayorn's just the like one of the best models in the game at the moment. So much like value for his points. Um, yeah, it's the idea is that in theory the two monsters are big distractions, whilst you still have basically two fortitude valor-esque heroes that are still able to provide you with damage output. And that's just like Legolas and Boyne are just crazy strong this edition. Um, Obviously, the weaknesses of this list though are the fact that you have so much D3. Like a third of your list is D3. But you can still be spear supported by the dwarves for the fight four, or the elves for fight five, or just have them spear supporting the elves or the dwarves, and you still are able to sort of protect and screen off that horrible defense in a sense. But overall, very solid list. You can play within a bubble, and the monsters just threaten a lot of heroes. To be honest.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of practice. I think I was saying about like 3.5-ish games, but
Mm.
oh my, that double hero, like all four heroes are just value, but I've been playing a little bit more Bayon recently, and God, that man just, he's
Hit the
something.
spot, right?
He's something indeed. He's fantastic. And while here for the support, the way I kind of ended up dubbing it was like Balon wins you the matchups because he's just bigger than so many other things. While he wins you scenarios, he goes and grabs an objective or grabs a something, goes and does something, and everything else just kind of exists. Yeah, it's just pretty solid. From the outset, you were gunning for podium. You were very keen. You
Absolutely.
played the list enough. I think I early on said like top 15, and I kind of adjusted up to like top 10. I'm like anything up there. An 80-person event, if I went 4-2 or four and a draw and a loss, I was exceptionally happy for having not played the list enough. Um, but it just felt like the one thing I was confused about actually was I kept mentioning this to you, like how does the battle line set up? Because
Hmm.
you got so much D5 and like hypothetically, ignoring the whole banner passing off, you would want the dwarves in the front. But obviously, you need like two or three of them in the back to hold on to the banner. So it ends up being this kind of mishmash of sometimes glaives in the front with no support, sometimes a glaive with the support, or a dwarf in the front with a glaive. And it's very interesting.
Yep. Yep. You're just trying to fill gaps where the heroes aren't. That's all
Yep,
you're doing. And you're just trying to
basically.
stall for time.
Yep, the mobile terrain pieces, huh?
Exactly. Yep.
So obviously we've basically the same list. Arguably, there's some little tiny
I
changes. I think you've got an extra elf. No, you went for an extra
dwarf.
dwarf. I went for an extra elf. I've got an extra glaive. You got an extra bow, and then my militia has an extra bow instead of an extra spear. All altogether meaningless for the most part. But how does the army want to win? How does it actually play on the board? Obviously, Bayon Gwahi going to kill stuff. Gloin's going to go kill stuff. Is it just about, yeah, surviving long enough to let those happen?
Typically, I would say so. Like you're trying, like you're still have strength four across the board. That's also why I love the Iron Hills drawers. The high defense with the strength four behind it means that you're reliably killing a lot of D6 and below. Uh, at least at a reasonable rate, if you are winning fights. Um, I think the glaives are there to purely just stall, especially on edges, just to try and prevent envelopments. And then you have the two elf knights just for purely objective grabbers and things to peel off Gua here potentially if he has to go on a sort of a hero mission in a sense. Yeah, it's everything else is just buying time for your monsters to basically catch back up in terms of their points. Because a lot of the times people have to play, in theory, their main battle line almost has to play like points down because of how much they're having to screen off for. Oh, I have to prepare for Gua here to jump my line. I have to prepare for Bayorn to try and barge his way through my hero. So I'm going to try and put three or four dudes in the way. So if he heroic combats or barges, I can then like I can still slow him down. And that's basically allows you to take advantage of multiple potential 1v1s or just a classic 2v2s, but you have the higher fight value, so on and so forth.
And Legolas feels like he doesn't need to do as much as well. Like I'm so used to
Yeah.
him having to like really pull his weight. There were some games where he did not spend much might, or he just like killed a couple of dudes and that was it instead of like I need to kill this hero horse because like oh one hurl, it's all
One
good.
hurl is fine. I have high intelligence. We're one
Exactly.
of my
And
monsters.
Gawain as well seems like he nearly goes under the radar, but he's obviously a four attack plus one to wound machine who you can put an Elven Blade behind with a banner. It's like he's just fantastic.
Yeah.
In terms of losing though, we already kind of there is so much D3, and if they get caught out, they get minced. And
Yes.
reasonably as well, the elves, a lot of it, like we have taken not one D6 elf.
Yeah,
It is
no.
all D5. So a regular strength 3 army wins on fours, fives, and sixes against the dwarves. And if they can just swarm and hopefully just nothing massive gets taken out by the monsters, that could be a real threat.
Yep.
So obviously you have to use the monsters to kind of like, yeah, like we said, pseudo terrain to really make it as
Take
small as
space.
possible and just sit there and grind where needed. Yeah.
Yep. It's just utilizing choke points and having the 60 mil base take that space and then only really allowing for them to really in theory get like two to three dudes across next to the monster itself so that you're trying to just screen off an area and it's like cool if you're going to charge extra guys into my monster I don't care. Like I'll save my might to win the fights. I'll save my might to kill stuff, so on and so forth. I don't need to always do heroic combats. The threat of my barges is enough, or so on and so forth. So yeah, but definitely D3, fragile as
Yep.
very
Although the
fragile.
light armor. kind of clutch. I
Exactly.
feel
It's
like
so good.
every time I forgot until someone's like, "Oh, he's dead." Like, well, actually, your Legolas doesn't kill the
Kill
White
him. It's
Claws.
so good. You're
It's
like,
really
you're like,
nice.
you're like fives. So what do you mean fives? You said D3. Light armor, brother. It's just built different. These guys are
He
better than
is,
Dunlendings.
yeah, true. And I guess we got to talk about. Obviously, we're running the same list. We did get to chat about. We actually had someone else maybe also running a very similar list as well with us. But like, at least for me, I am generally of the two of us the conservative, very kind of more chill, reactive player. So I knew that when I needed to, Bayon and Guahia had to go balls to the wall and go do stuff. Because if I didn't do that, I just wasn't going to win with my pure troops. So I was very much, when I had the opportunities, Bayon was full set. And I was very much keeping in mind, because that's very much how you play it. I was very much trying to keep that in my head, some of my games, where it's like, well, what am I gaining from not putting him in? Like, it's okay
Yeah.
if he dies because he's not Legolas is the leader. Let's
Yep.
just go for it.
Yep.
So that was something I was definitely keeping in my head to try and add to my repertoire of
Yeah.
tricks.
Yep. For me, it was more so like because typically when I've played the list, like Legolas just doesn't really overextend. Like I don't try and overextend him. He's just a reliable troop muncher. Like he's not really trying to get into the fray too much. Sometimes he's just not even in the fight. So for me, I looked definitely at some of the ways that you would utilize Legolas in like the Defenders of the Pelennor list or even the Men of the West list, where you're having to actually get him to basically almost like alleviate pressure from the monsters themselves. And I was like, well, if he can actually try and like get hero kills, remove might off the table as a thing, even threaten spellcasters consistently. I was just like, yep, I just need to be a little bit more aggressive. But we'll talk about that as the rounds go by, and
Because
you'll
that
hear
will
some
both come up for
stories.
both of us, I'm sure.
Story time.
Easy. Well, without further ado, we should probably get into round one. Tyler, do you want to go first or second in these? I don't really
I
mind.
I can go first because this one's
Done.
pretty quick.
Whoa, go, go. So
So
round one, lead from the front. Hero scenario, aggressive scenario,
yeah.
round one.
Yes. And you know what I'm playing? All hero. Woo! It's basically all hero airborne reclaimed. Uh he has everybody except like he doesn't have oh, does he have bomb? No, he doesn't have bomber. He has Bofer on Troll Brute. Philly, Killy, Dwalin, Ballin, Ori, Nori Dory. I think, yeah, I think it's like that. Ori Nori
Any
Dory, and then
Dane?
Gloin, and then Gloin annoying.
Yeah, no
No,
Dane. Yeah.
no Dane. Um, either way, we start getting into it. He ends up marching up a little bit, and I keep trying to like pick off wounds with just my shooting. I'm like, yeah, cool. I've got like a wound on Killy. He walks up with only four, does his little 4+ healing herb. I'm like, this bitch, this is crazy. Either way, we get into the thick of it, and first turn of combat. Bayorn and Gwahir were removing dwarves like it was nothing. They removed the troll brood as well, turn one as well. So it just was sort of a steamroll effect from there because just there's nothing in the list besides Thorin that's able to really contest the fight eight on
That's
the
why I asked you about
monsters.
Dane, because honestly, 900 points, I feel like the second Fight 7 hero is just so massive, because then you're relying on
Yeah,
Dwalin and Loin to like try
to
and do it,
try and do it.
and it's rough, yeah.
Yeah, especially because like Dwalin's cute and all, but he's only like 2 attacks or 3 attacks if you're using Grasshopper Keeper, but he's not getting +1 to wound Burly from that.
Yeah.
And then which means that he's wounding Gwahir and Bayorn on sixes, which is
Sixes, yeah.
so. And then Gloin is already -1 to the dual roll, so now having to save. You're having to spend a might to strike. Then it's like okay, but you now have to win the dual roll,
Yep.
and then
Owen only has so much will to do the rerolls, and
yeah. So it was definitely a sort of a steamroll effect from there. Basically, ended up tabling him at the very end because I was able to get all the heroes and then get all 3 objectives. My Lake Town militia captain went on a little side quest and got an objective, and then so on and so forth. So it ended up being I think it ended up being a 20-0 to myself in that one. It was unfavorable. I had way more mobility.
you also have
Yeah,
Elf. You can just chuck in Glaze wherever you want for LVA
exactly.
in
That's
case.
that's
Oh,
an
you strike up to Eagle. Ah, it's still good for me though.
It's also like Philly and Killy just kept getting cucked by these glaives, and I was just like, "Are you gonna strike to like get higher?" He's like, "No." I'm like,
No.
"Oh,
Okay.
okay." So
And it sucks because you're not supposed to strike, but it feels shit every time
it
you
feels
lose because
shit.
you didn't strike.
Yeah, and then he's like, I'm just taking wounds here, aren't I? I'm like, yeah, you probably should strike. And then he struck, finally did like
And
got
then
a
you
higher fight
don't
value.
win the fight.
And then he freaking whiffs on the fight, and you're just like, I can't do this. It was the first time though I saw combat synergy actually do something because he had 4 dice for his rerolls,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which was cute. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. No. But yeah,
It
how
ain't
was
one.
your Barad-dûr game playing
So
against Sauron?
round one against Josh, who had Sauron, Troll Chief, Troll Drummer,
Hmm.
and our board was exceptionally tight. There was essentially for the three objectives, there was two houses that kind of had two of them in one section, and then one on the side in a bigger open section. Sauron the Troll Chief walked up to the smaller section, and I went, well, in order for this game to like occur and me to do stuff, I need to slow down Sauron, maybe the Troll Chief as well, and then I just need to like end the game. I need to get to quarter and just stop it because the longer this goes on, the more efficiency they have. So I basically had Bayorn, Gloin, and Legolas, and a good amount of my troops go towards Sauron and the Troll Chief, and then my militia captain and every other troop on the right flank, and Guahir kind of at the back waiting to do what he needed to. Legolas early on spends a point of might, gets 2 wounds on the Troll Drummer. I'm like, okay, very nice. I like it.
Nice. Yep.
And then we get to the turn. I think it's second because he drums up. I don't even think I marched up, but I think it was either turn 2 or 3. We eventually get ready for charges. And Bale looks at Sauron and goes, let's run it, man. Let's run it. And I realized that the Troll Chief had been zoned out a bit by Sauron and some orcs. So he wasn't going to get to fight with the way it was. So pushed up, so set Bale on charges, and then some elves charge the orcs just to pin them and hold the Troll Chief there. Like, okay, he can't do anything. He picks up a rock, throws it at Bale, and does a wound. And I'm like, oh, okay. Interesting. We get to combat, strike up, strike up. He wins the fight because I think I just fluffed the dual roll. I don't even think we go to a roll loss, and he does 1 wound. I'm like, oh, easy.
Perfection.
Take the wound, 1 wound, 3 fate, easy peasy. Um, go to the second turn. I'm like, wow, I am not feeling good about my chances of like copying. If I lose, I'm gonna die. So I defense, and I'm like, okay, Sauron, you can keep your might. I'm just like, I need to survive. I need you to like have to spend more might. He doesn't hit the 6, has to might up to the 6. And I'm like, okay, okay, you've had to keep up your might exchange. This troll chief still isn't involved. He wins, gets 1 wound through heroic defense, have to spend all 3 fate to get through and stop it. Okay, so second turn of combat and 1 wound, no fate, 1 might. I'm like,
Yep.
oh, there's no way. Anyway, last turn, slowly start cracking through because eventually the quality of the dwarves and the elves start to win out over the orcs. The troll drummers like got into one fight and killed a couple of dudes. The troll chief is still locked away just with how tight the terrain is.
Yep.
Into Sauron, Bayorn goes in, Gloin wraps around,
Yep.
and we start getting a trap on Sauron with some other friends in there. Get a glaive in for the Elven Blade. Someone
Nice.
tries to charge Gloin to get him off. Legolas pinpoint shoots him to get rid of him. Gloin's back in the fight. Strike up with Bayon, strike up with Sauron. We go. Sauron whiffs, gets a 5 high on the dice. We
Nice.
win. And I'm like, okay, 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 okay. We did two-handing, we had everything. It's like, cool, cool, cool. Okay, I do all the troops, no wounds. I'm like, oh, okay, it's all good. Okay. Gloin has Gloin has 6 dice, and he's +1 to wound rerolling ones. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. And I didn't. I thought about heroic strength. I'm like, no, 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 I don't need to, don't need to. And I need fives by
Like
five by
fours.
fours, and I roll, and I get 2 5s and a 4. I'm like, I'm gonna spend a mud on that one.
Yep.
Bump it up to a 5. Roll those 3 again. All 3 wounds. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. So what best chance we've broken
We
him no
can
matter
break
what.
break him. Yep.
Bayon, 8 dice.
5 swoon.
Let's go. It's fives to wound. We're not gonna do anything special.
Yep.
We just send it.
Still gets the
And this
reroll
is
ones.
where we reroll ones. And this is where we slightly skew a little bit high. And I roll 6 wounds, and I go, oh, that's a lot of wounds. That's a lot. And he's like, okay, well, he takes the first 4.
Oh shit.
Let's do 5 1 ring checks, no might. Pass. Oh, pass. Oh, pass. Pass. Fail, disappears, army breaks, and I'm like, okay, sick. Bayon gets a might point back for killing him in Time of Heroes.
Yep.
Looks at the troll chief that hasn't spent any might and goes, me and you, bitch. Charge, double strike up, I win, flatten him in one turn. Guahia charges into the troll drummer, kills him, just get on every objective, every orc runs away. I'm like, wow, that actually felt like the end of Lord of the Rings. Like, everything just disappears. And it literally just there was no other option other than just taking him. Because if I give Sauron time to munch through troops, I just
Yeah.
lose. Oh, he had like 40 models.
Yeah. Definitely.
So was very lucky there. Did manage to clutch up the 20-0, but just like Bayon just doing Bayon things.
They were at the last alliance, sounds like.
Dude, genuinely, it was
He just
fantastic.
nice.
Into round two, and we were a little bit scared because we both knew we got a 20-0, and we're like,
Yes,
oh,
we did.
another
No, I
interstate
think did you
tournament.
get 21? Because was this the round that you got 20 to 1?
No, this is not the 20-1 round.
Okay, that's
No,
right.
no, this is the
Okay.
20-0 round. We went, oh god,
I
another
don't want to play you.
interstate tournament. We're gonna play each other with the same list. Yuck. But
Nope.
luckily, we didn't know there was a day one clause. So if possible, within the VPs, you wouldn't have to play your own state. Which, first,
Fantastic.
considering you got to do road trips and that together, then travel 10 hours or 8 hours to get there,
Yep.
appreciated. But we
Yes.
didn't have to play each other anyway. They didn't have to. It turns out they didn't have to ring it because round two retrieval. I got to
Yes.
face a Fangor with the 120, which was a great feeling for me. You had to go against
The one of the
one of
lists.
the lists in the list review. You can check that video in the description, Sean. That we did not want to play.
Nope.
Why don't
Nope.
you run through this list and what it's trying to do to us?
Okay, so it's Shadows of Angmar, Gullivar, Double Barrel White, and four can't even fucking speak. Angmar Orc Shamans. Now these shamans have don't have transfix. They have a special spell called Wither. So I don't know if any of y'all have played with a lot of Wither, but if your hero goes down to 0 strength, your hero dies. So the Angmar Orc Shamans, they cast Wither on a 4+ range 12. Um, and
What if they don't
they
need to roll a dice though?
so each time they successfully cast, you reduce your strength by 1. Now, the crazy thing about this edition is all these freaking shamans have channel. So what if these guys had 4 channels to potentially try and kill heroes? And so they only have to spend 1 will, 1 might point, and the auto guarantee it's a 6. So yeah, we're playing retrieval, and I'm setting up. I'm closer to my objective. Probably about maybe like 6 inches away from my objective. I'm wanting to take my turns of shooting because this list has no shooting whatsoever. However, the scariest bit of this list as well is that it has 10 werewolves. It has no banner, but it has 10 werewolves. So I am like getting the heebie-jeebies from just the fact that this is not actually a great matchup for my list in the sense of if he picks a paradigm and goes wither a single target hero, that hero is getting deleted. Like there is no question.
I think
And he
those
needs,
two will heroes, your Legolas who's your lead and your Gloin,
yep,
and then the Barrow-wights just go, oh well, it's Guahia time.
bang. So he moves up. I take my first couple rounds of shooting. I kill a couple dudes. Nothing special. We get into the first turn of him doing the withers. He channels 3 times, saves the fourth one. He channels targets. He doesn't target just one hero though. He targets all 3 of my heroes. Targets 1 at Gloin, which I just take. He targets 1 at Beorn, which I resist. He targets 1 at Gwahir, which I also I don't think I resisted that one. I think I just let it lie. Um, and so I was just like, no, he double wither attacks at Beorn, and I resist both. He doesn't do it at Gwahir just yet.
And why were you
Um,
trying to resist it? Because realistically, you could just let it through. You still strength 6.
my concern with Beorn, I don't want him at all being knocked prone by Gully. I think I just like having the stall factor of him being able to just not be knocked prone, have the better fight value, and still be able to put wounds reliably on Gullivar itself. Um, and the other thing as well is I didn't want him to get withered down to the point where he couldn't knock down the werewolves. So I didn't even want that to be within the realm of possibility. I'd rather resist early on and then go from there. But that was just my thoughts.
Yep.
Either way, I also had a good prime position because I basically utilized the terrain when we first got into combat to jump Beorn over the barricade into two Angmar Orc Shamans, kill them both, heroic combat into a Barrow White, kill the Barrow White. So now there's one Barrow White, two Angmar Orc Shamans. Um, the turns kind of go back and forth. I then get a prime time ability to put a multitude of wounds on Gullivar. I've also put one on Gullivar already, so he's down to 3 wounds at this point. I get Legolas. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna be aggressive with Legolas to get him my points. Nah. Ah, great. So I have Legolas sneak through, have a spear support, basically have roughly 9 dice in the combat, and then a banner reroll, which is 10. Um, I strike up, I get higher. He only has 3 dice because he's flat-footed. Um, rolls the 6. I'm like, okay, well, I have 2 might with Legolas left. All I need Legolas to do is literally just roll a
Or
4
four.
plus. Just
Yep.
roll a 4 plus, brother. Just roll one 4 plus, and I swear we're good. Thank you. That's all I need you to do. Roll all 10 dice. Don't get the 6. I don't even get enough to might up. Gullivar literally kills my leader just from that. Just literally 3 dice, 3 wounds. Or no, yeah, 3 dice, 3 wounds, kills Legolas, and I'm just like, yep, cool. That's how the story goes. Oh no, he may have charged that turn. I don't think he was flat-footed, but he kept going. Legolas eventually dies. Leader wound. Leader VP's conceded. Beorn's on a hero mission at this point, grabbing his objective though, so I'm getting VPs for that. Basically, he still goes back and forth. His Barrow White's pretty like failing at casting or casting at such low dice rolls that allows Gwahir to actually naturally resist. Fortunately, Gwahir rolls, I think, 1/6 over the course of the 3 paralyzes that he attempts to get off. So he's still upstanding, and my troops are just out attritioning his. They're just going ham. The fight value from the dwarves and the elves are just allowing me to do things.
And no banner on the orcs obviously means if they fluff, they are just not winning the fight.
They're not winning the fight. Um, Now Gloin goes into like Pokemon Red Light mode. He goes all the way down to Strength 1. And at this point in the game, he's gotten his objective. I have my objective. Beorn's gone into Gullivar to try and peel him off Gwahir and try and one tap him and get the leader VPs back. Gloin, however, I need him to do something miraculous. Because just in case somebody fails a dice roll, I don't want to give up anything more, especially with like Beorn being the highest points model, I think. And I don't want to give another hero up either. It's like I only want to give up Legolas and that's it.
Yeah, as any hero kills are worth a point up to 3, so
So I then go, okay, you know what, Gloin? Last point of my heroic combat. At this point,
from
though,
strength
Gloin is
1.
strength 1. He has 2 werewolves in front of him. And he's just like, okay. So I need 4 5s to kill these guys.
You're
I win the
kidding.
I win the fight. I'm like, oh, so you're saying there's a chance. 4 5s, kill both werewolves,
Insane.
reach through, and then Gloin's just like, I got the peel, brother. Don't worry, you're safe. I was just like, yep, perfect.
With the
Thank you.
audacity to call that needing 4 5s to kill is insane. What possessed you?
I don't know. I just felt like having some fun. I think the other thing is, well, this entire game having to play against paralyzed plus withers is just
Yeah.
such a pseudo negative play experience that I was just like, I just want to have fun at this point. I think I had already had the game wrapped up in terms of me winning, but I just was like, nah, I just need to make sure I don't give up any more VPs. This is a risk that I'm willing to take. I got no issues. But yeah, otherwise, really good game in the sense of just having to manage going into this amount of magic. If I play this in any other scenario where he has time to actually, or like doesn't have to come to me in a sense, like and he can just pester around, use his withers as he wants to, it's so scary. If he also focuses down one hero, he could have literally killed Gloin by like turn 2, turn 3. easily, easily could have killed him. He would have had to make me spend might on my will resist, so on and so forth. That would have easily been three mites points and a hero off the board that I can't even utilize. Um, so on and so forth. Yeah, but otherwise, really good game. How about yourself?
So I popped out against some ends, and I went, oh, great. I've never had like an unfun end game. So he set up, and I give my opponent first turn, and he stands there and goes, "Cool, I'm done." And then I go, "Oh, not a fun end game. I get it." So he's standing there to just throw a bunch of stones at me. He's got all three heroes and all four variations of the warrior ents.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, okay, let's get into position. Let's get Bayon in man form. He's gonna sneak through a forest with woodland creature. He has woodland creature. He's not cheating. Yeah, cool. He stuck through a forest with some guys, get up closer, take some shots, and Guahia down the other way with the captain and some guys. Just go behind a building. You'll be able to get shot, but like, who cares? Wound to Bayon, two wounds to Guahia, and I'm instantly like, there's no way. Because if he gets these kills, Guahi's gonna be the one that needs to go grab it. And Bale's the one that's gonna kill them. And if I lose them, it's getting a little bit dicey.
Yep.
Go into the next turn, and Bayon transforms. I think I let him go first as well. Stand still. Cool.
Cool.
I'm gonna take a charge. I think I was going into the reroll one set. That
Yep.
sounds about right.
Yep.
Transform, charge, move some guys up. Easy peasy. Guahi gets set, so he's just within 12 to touch the objective from the backside. And I'm like, cool. So next turn, I can grab it if necessary. Go for the fight. Don't have to strike up or anything, so all happy with that. Roll out the dice, and I'm like, cool. And I didn't listen to you because you always told me just roll the normal strikes. You don't need to do the bear hug all the time. And Alex goes, oh, bear hug, let's bear hug. Roll a two instantly. And I'm like, I guess I'm gonna spend a might on it, like an idiot, like an idiot. Spend Bane's first might when there's a fight eight tree beard and a fight eight
Beast mode.
beach bone rolling around. Roll and get another wound through. I'm like, haha, two wounds. I need one more. One. Well, I'm not gonna spend all my might to kill this one, so I've gone in, spent a might, and haven't even killed an ant. And in range is beach bone and a third ant. Next turn he takes priority. Treebeard, Birchseed, and one end go and try and three-point trap the objective, but there is a way for Guahir to hit the random end and hit the objective. I'm like, okay, that's an option. Beachbone, two ends, including the one that was injured, three-point trap Bayon, flat-footed. And I'm like, oh my, like, there's a world in which just like everything goes wrong this term. Full send in, go in, try and tag the ends around Bayon and Guahi goes, charges the end and touches the objective. We have a quick question about like, do I pick it up and
Hmm.
charge him at the same time? Because
Yep.
obviously it matters, and it's like, well, we'll see what happens. Layla's pinpoint shot does the I roll a three to
Three.
wound on the
Spend
one wound
my.
and spend all three might to get him off the board.
Yep.
So I'm down to two on him, three on Guahia, and Gloin's might, and the captain, which
And you untrap Bayorn at this point too.
untrapped Bale, which is the big one.
Huge.
Bayon turns around, punches Beachbone in the fucking face and kills him because he's trapped. I still got three strikes up to six. Easy peasy. Hit that man. On the other side, Guai here, I I charge at him. I'm like, that's fine. It's all good. I win the fight on fight eight because that's what happens, and then I do three wounds, and I think I maybe send one might to do it, and just kill the ant. And I'm like, okay,
That's nice.
so I've killed it. I've got the objective. There's
Yep.
like two heroes that could annoy me, but like it's fine. I get priority. I take it. Beach bone or bird it calls a free move. I'm like,
Yes.
forgot about that.
Hmm.
I should have honestly given it to him and then called the move with Guahia, so then he has to spend an actual might.
Yep.
Get lucky though, Guahi wins the move off, pisses off the board, basically. I mean, I handed to a. I actually no, I think I do run it off because there was a threat that I ended the game before Guahi got off the board because I was going to give it to a knight, but Guahi runs off the board.
Yep.
Bayon and the boys kill that one other ant. So there's one ant, Birdseed, Treebeard, and they start going full offense. They need to break through. They need to go for the objective.
Yep.
Start to push up, And Bayon, who didn't have much might left, he had like maybe one might, goes to Treebeard. There's a turn of striking off, um, and he does some wounds to Bayon. That's fine. Lose the next turn on a roll off. Treebeard squashes him, and I go, oh, not good. Don't have much left. And he's not broken because he has the two hobbits up there. I'm not broken.
Yeah,
And I'm like, okay, how long's this gonna go for? Because I don't want to break myself and give up VPs.
yeah.
So I need to kill Treebeard. Gloin, it's on you. Yeah. Sending Gloin. Strike up, get to a 9.
Ooh,
Tick, do some wounds. I'm like, okay, we can do this.
we're
Go
getting
in
there.
again, strike up to 9. Tick, do some wounds. I'm like, okay,
I see
I
you.
like, I like. Third time, Grimby's out of money. He's just trying to roll a 6. Tick, fight 9 again, kills Treeby, and the hobbits fall, break him, and at that point, I think the other ones had gone down to just hacking and slashing guys, and you just went, I think that's it. And I'm like, yeah, okay, fair. So a 20-1 win.
Yeah,
I'd killed 3 heroes. The issue is he'd killed Bayon back, so lost a VP there, but managed to not have to break myself to end the game, which I'll take every day of the week, and luckily kept my relic all safe. So another solid win.
nice.
Into round 3 of day 1.
Yep. Cool. So I'm playing Army of Veteras. This is all hero Army of Veteras with in command of the battlefield. He's basically taking, yeah, I think it's like one captain and all the named heroes possible in the Army of Veteras list. Um, he wins priority. He has to go. No. I win priority. I have to go first. I roll for Legolas, Beorn, and my Lake Town Militia. No, yeah, Lake Town Militia captain. They all roll once, don't come on first turn. So the only two warbands that come on first turn are Gwahir and Gloin, right next to each other, side by side, like friends. Then give it back to him. Basically, he has Helm, Hera, Haleth, Leaf, um,
Oh,
all and Olwen all within a quadrant. He then has Freylaf in another quadrant, and then in the Rohan captain, I put basically in another quadrant as well. So Freylaf and Rohan captain are nowhere to be seen. Either way, turn 2 occurs. I end up getting Legolas. Oh no, that's right. Hama also comes on, but I get to choose, so he allows me to choose instead of mining it up. I get him to choose right between Gwahir and Gloin, and I go, cool. You're in my Thunderdome. See what you can do. Either way, eventually he has to call a move to get out of there, and I'm like, yeah, cool. Spend your might. Got no issues. Gwahir can catch up if I need to. I then get everyone else to come on the board, basically as like a gun line firing squad as Hama's trying to run away in front of them. And I'm like, perfection. I get like 10 shot or 9 to 10 shots at this at Hama. Um, and basically from there it was I think I ended up no, I didn't end up dehorsing Hama because he used a bunch of fate. Helm Hammerhand had to use all of his fate to stay on his horse because Legolas and some of the elf bows were targeting him with it. So he was down to 0 fate, 3 wounds, like 0 fate on himself, and then 3 wounds. Next turn occurs, he measures out, he does the leaf extra movement. Beorn's still in man form, bear in mind. Hama charges into Beorn. Helm
Armor.
gets in, yeah.
Okay.
Hama gets in, Haleth, Helm, Hera, Olwen, everyone gets in on that quadrant. And I'm like, okay, no worries. Gwahir, everyone else starts to envelop, and I'm just like, hmm, this is interesting. I've managed to squeeze through a guy to peel off Helm, so on and so forth. So I'm like, cool, you can't really heroic combat to get into Beorn. Easy. I get green.
As it happens, it happens to all of us.
Yeah, this is the best of us. I'm like, can I heroic combat through Hama? And the answer to that question is yes. Because Bayor, so what I didn't realize, he does have defense, and he refuses to call it. And I'm just like, hmm, are you sure? It's like, absolutely. I don't need it. Mm,
Okay.
okay, cool. So Bayorn and Manform's wounding Hama on 3s, rerolling 1s because of the elf in the fight as well. So I heroic combat. He also calls a heroic combat with Helm, a heroic combat with Olwen. I've managed to have an Elf Knight in case he wins the heroic combat off. He can't get into Bayor. Either way, I win. And I go, cool. Bayorn's first. One tap Hama. Go into Olwen. And he goes, oh. I'm like, yep. He calls with Helm. Fails to win. Has to spend a point of might. Fails to wound. Has to spend or no, not fails to wound. Wins. Or finally wins after the might use. Kills the guy. Goes into the Mirkwood Elf Knight. I'm like, cool. Perfect. Your other heroic combat with Olwen? Didn't realize this chick I needed sixes to wound her.
Well, you should be in man form, yeah? You should get the plus one to wound.
No.
Yeah? She doesn't get heroic defense, it's just sixes, not natural sixes. So you get all bonuses.
It didn't matter because
It
Bayorn
didn't
had
matter because
these.
yeah, I'm not paying.
So Bayorn goes. Bayorn, they win the fight. The two warriors get two sixes. I'm like, cool, Bayorn. I just need you to get like two. Just skew up. Just skew
You
up for
off
me,
just a little
baby.
bit.
Four sixes.
Oh,
Fucking ding. And I'm like, oh, this is fantastic.
I'm
And I'm
telling
like,
you.
who needs you in bear form? You're just a menace. Guahir then, I have priority at this point. Guahir parts the Red Sea after he wins, goes into Helm, and of course Helm's on truck, and he has zero fate. So Guahir just
Young.
kills Helm. Hera loses the fight to basically eight dudes because she's charged into three. I've managed to charge another dude, and then spear supports. Hera dies from the spears, like from them. So the eight strikes, basically, I'm like, screw it. Everything at Hera. Fives do, I think, four wounds. Hera dies. And so it was basically then Palace is on his ass, can't really do much. And then basically he concedes the game. And I was like, cool, no worries. Like, are you sure you still have two quadrants? Like Freylaf, like the Rohan captain and Freylaf are in the top quadrants. He hasn't technically broken yet though.
Yeah.
So I can understand where he's coming from. Like, oh, I can't really do anything. I can't do anything to deal with your monsters. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But like, if you play the game out, you never know. You may be able to still negate VPs. Like, if you let me quarter you, I have to figure out a way to actually quarter you now. Like, it's not an auto win to me. But either way, he's like, nah. After Helm Hammerhand died, he's kind of done. Either way, ends up being 20-0 to myself. And yeah, that was how my day one ended. How about yourself? You had to go up against the dreaded one of my other
Well, the other
lists
list we pointed out
that
that
we
we don't
didn't
really
want
want to
to
play.
face.
Yeah, Sam famously of Sharby's Lord of the Rings blog, Warhammer blog, Tawny blog. It's a blog that he
Block.
does tournament reviews and just helpful articles. Would definitely check it out. Into this Army of the White Hand with Oathmaker, Gorolf, Chieftain, and Grima with so many Crebain that it is just a pest to deal with. And in this scenario, I kind of walked in being like, look, it's not good. It's not looking good. The one way that I walk out of this feeling good is I need to break him. I need stuff that's holding quarters to hopefully run away. Maybe if we get Saruman, like it wouldn't look. I don't doubt it would. But if we got into him and got rid of the plus one courage, we need stuff to run away, and then we sneak some quarters. Maybe get the quarter on him. Maybe. So after some debate and talk, I go on first. Because if I go on second, I get half moved, and then next turn I get lightninged. And the lightning would have been devastating. So I walk on, and essentially most of my stuff comes in on one corner. So it's Bayon in man form with Legolas in a corner, Gwahi kind of up the middle of the board edge, the dwarves in the middle, and then the homeless guys at the other end of the board. So just zone out that entire board edge, except for the corner next to Gwahi, sorry, Bayon and Legolas. Because I'm like, I don't mind if you like come. I need you to fight you in one confined space, and the glaives are kind of the people that I want to be facing Crebain. He comes on next. Saruman comes on next to the Lake Town Militia on the very other side of the board edge, walks on lightnings, hits six dwarves, kills three of them on fives. Like a slight skew, it's fine. It's understandable. Everything else walks on except for the Wildman Chieftain. Yeah, that sounds right. But the Oathmaker, sorry, Gorolf appears next to Legolas. The Oathmaker rolls a two to come on. And as I'm about to say, cool, I'm going to put in the corner next to Gorolf and just kind of confine you, he goes, Awesome. I'm gonna spend 2 might and put him in that corner right next to Gorolf, and I go, okay, okay, cool, 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 cool. 2 free might, easy peasy, love it, love it, love it. And now it starts. And my objective is all the homeless guys run away from Saruman because there's too many stuff over there.
Yep.
Everyone else were on Crebain duty.
Mhm.
Bayon is not transforming because he has +1 to win with that axe, and he has
Yep.
reroll ones win with friends. We need to clear Crebain. We need to make sure Gorolf doesn't go too crazy, and we just
Yep.
need to slowly break without giving up too many kills.
Yep.
And that's what we do for a while. But Guahi's kind of getting messed around with the magic because he's got the -1 on him. That's fine. But for the most part, like early on, it wasn't looking great, but we slowly start to get it going. Gloin's getting some kills. Legolas and Bayon as a duo going around killing, calling combats, even if it costs double might, it's totally fine.
Yep.
Because it also means that they are together, they call a combat. He's in man form, so they can benefit. And then one of them bounces away out of 6 inches of Grima, he can call the move next turn. And you
Yep.
just have to be accepting that that's just how it is. You just need to make sure you get bang for your buck from the 2 might combats. So we're going around, we're killing Crebain, we're losing people. Obviously, like Gorov's going around killing stuff. And then there's one turn where I managed to, and this is kind of where it starts to swing, is Guahir gets a charge onto the Oathmaker in the corner after he'd moved, and then calls a 2 might combat with his last 2 points of might, bounces into the newly arrived chieftain that
Ooh.
was nearby. Like we had to get a terror call. It was like an exact 12 inch just over the back of him charge. Wipes them both out, gets rid of 3 might off the board. So it's
Fantastic.
now just Gorolf and Saruman. And I'm like, okay, okay, okay. We can slowly we can do this. And we're getting kills, we're getting kills. I then break, which I'm not too concerned about. I have very good courage most of the place, and most of the homeless guys have died anyway, so not too stressed. And then next turn he breaks. And I'm looking at the board, and there's one Wildman in one corner that I could get to. Guai could get there eventually. There's nothing in the other corner, which he hasn't just sent anyone there yet. I'm like, okay, okay, the Crebain have all come to fight me, so maybe we can do that. And then Saruman and his whole warband are blocking off one corner, which that's fine. So I'm just looking at go, okay, if Guahi can get to that corner and he runs away, I have one by myself, one majority he has one by himself. We're both broken. If I quarter him, like we're in.
Yep.
And I break him the next turn, and I'm like, cool. If I get 2 turns of him rolling courage tests, there's a chance.
Mhm.
And then Sam obviously goes, I'm gonna try and quarter myself this turn. Valid? Go for it. You have to. There's a lot like there's a Saruman stand fast. There's +1 courage. There's all sorts of bonuses you have to get around. Of Saruman's, I think 10 models in his warband. So he does he stand fast, moves around behind the building to deny them the +1 courage from the line of sight. And I'm like, well, it's mainly
Men
Uruk-hai
and yeah,
and
men
and
and
men,
Urkai.
so we should be fine. I think 7 or 8 of them run.
Eight out of the
It
ten,
was yeah, because
eight
you were
out of
there,
the
you were
10,
here at this point
eight out
watching.
of the 10 of them freaking run. And
And I was
then
like,
the
oh, no
yeah,
way.
and then the
And that
one shitter in the freaking other
and that
quadrant.
one Wildman in the corner by himself holding it down passes. And I'm like, oh, there's no way. So while he goes, he charges into 2 guys on the line, ready to hopefully barge and get through onto that corner to deny some points. Spell went out and stopped him doing that, unfortunately. Got too many kills in the 5 phase game ends. So I had held my corner and broken and quartered Sam. He had broken me and gotten a corner, 2 quarters all to himself. That sounds about right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he'd gotten, yeah, 6 points for 2 quarters and the break for 7. I'd gotten the corner, break, and the quarter for 5 for a minor loss to myself, which in the end, considering it came down to basically a courage test, um, I'll take it.
Mhm.
Like, what do you like? Is there? It's not a good scenario for me. I'll take a minor loss, and I would have loved that win, but it can't always happen. And that's how it is. So moving into day 2, the submarine has
Has occurred.
engaged, and the telescope is up, and we'll
Yes.
see what we can achieve on day 2, round 4. Assassination. Well, Tyler, I didn't like playing it. How about you play it now?
There's
In
basically like two
Assassination.
lists that I did not want to have to play this tournament, and I've had to play them both.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy. Either way, Assassination, Dark of Night. Um, we've already heard Sam's list, 13 Crebain, craziness. It's just, it is what it is. Um,
Also,
so I,
speaking of, really quickly, this is a 10-inch tall statuette you can get from Weta Workshop. Anyone that knows me wants to get this for my birthday or something, I'm down.
easy.
I'm down.
Wow. Um, so ends up starting the game. I thought about potentially starting on the line. My only problem with it was if he read and reacts and goes, cool, Crebain start to peel over my lines, I'm a little bit just worried. So I don't start right on the line. I start semi close to it, but I give him an optimal sort of lightning strike. I want the spell over and done with, and I don't have to think about it at all. And I also wasn't willing to use might points early on to call a heroic move to try and reposition everything to accommodate it. It's just one of those things like this list just has too many freaking gimmicks. It's like I just would rather just play after it, let it happen, do its thing. Turn one lightning occurs. He kills maybe five Lake Town militia, and then that's basically it. Doesn't get a wound on my captain, doesn't get a wound on Guai. So then we go into also prior to this, we did have a discussion in terms of assassins and what their abilities were in terms of like hurling, as an example, was the prime thing was if I hurled at the target and the target was wounded from said hurl, does that count towards the assassin getting the
So,
wound?
because it's pretty clear in like contest that it doesn't.
Yes,
Um,
but not an
because
assassination.
the way it's phrased caused the fatal wound, you wouldn't have been wounded if your assassin didn't throw someone at them. So, like,
So Sam was very nice. He was like, "No, I would give it to you because you're
you know,
there's nothing else that's influencing the wound roll. It's like you're purposely directing your hurl at them." So I've gone with Bayorn as my assassin because he can has magic resistance, has a really decent hurl range, so a minimum 6 inches. It means if the Oathmaker is within range, I can try and reliably just keep peppering him
yeah.
over the course of the game. Um, The first turn occurs, the lightning strike occurs. He tries to stay. He's like, "Oh, I'll declare outside of 15 of Legolas." Doesn't do that. I end up moving in. I end up shooting, taking some guys off. The one thing that really bugged, like, it just hurt with this scenario was the fact that I couldn't actually just utilize my shooting to what I felt would be semi-effective because I could have had I felt like I could take the shooting war if I really needed to and just had Legolas just keep trying to just use might just to take off as many bows as possible um and so on and so forth because it's like I'm wounding all my bows either wounding on fours or fives, one of the two. um Either way, we get into the thick of it, and I'm slowly putting pressure on the Oathmaker. He's putting tons of pressure on me. I fail all of my resist tests over the course of the game with Guahir, but Guahir's just taking up space, being a menace, being a pest. I'm using my pretty like yeah, I'm just burning my might just because I'm just like, yeah, I just need to do something. Like I just can't be bothered trying to juggle this scenario. His Crebain are going at my elves like they are just like wet paper. I have my glaives. He has his 2 dice with the Crebain. He's winning the fights and getting the sixes to kill over a multitude of turns. I think it was like one turn. He won all 4 fights, killed 3 of the
Damn.
elves with
Oh,
glaives. And I was just like, it's the fact that he's like, oh, it's just slightly skewed up. I'm like, I don't know. Taking actual models off the board's a little bit interesting. Um, but Legolas is putting pressure on Goroff, and he starts to realize he's like, oh shit, like Goroff could actually die because of the Dark of Night, so on and so forth. Um, it gets to the end of the game, and basically it comes down to Legolas shot because he's now trapped my Lake Templars captain with Goroff and a spear support plus a Dunland horseman. I go, cool. Legolas pinpoint shot, kill the Dunland horseman. Cool. He doesn't get knockdowns. He only has his 4 dice. Um, he ends up winning the fight, and I shielded. got the 6. He has to spend a point of might to actually win the fight. He ends up doing 2 wounds. The captain saves one of them, so he ends up inflicting the wound with his assassin. Over the course of the game, though, his Oath Maker is down to 1 wound, no fate. Um, and he ends up just getting the move off towards the end of the game to actually get the Oathmaker out of range of Beorn's hurls. And so that's basically kind of how the game ends. Yeah. Otherwise, it was pretty good. He breaks me. My assassin's still alive. His assassin's still alive. My target is still alive. His target is still alive. So on and so forth. Otherwise, yeah, really, really good game. He just saw him like just so many things like the list has to just mitigate so many problems. When you feel like you're in an advantageous state, it's like cool. It's not that advantageous in terms of like when you look at it on a fulcrum, it's like cool. It's like slightly leaning you, and then it's like cool. You don't get priority or the move off that turn. Yeah, it's just it's gone.
Yeah.
Um, so otherwise, yeah,
And but you did keep it to a minor win though, or a minor loss for
yes, minor
yourself.
loss.
So again, and those things add up over the course of a tournament.
They
So
do.
do what you
Eleven
can.
eight. I think it was like
Yeah, that's
11-8
close.
to him. Yeah.
And that's kind of the like not the issue because I think it's probably the best way to do it. But with tournaments, your reward for doing well is having to continually face good players rather than like getting to face someone lower in your bracket or something. Because like
Yeah.
with like recently, Sam had to take on both of us with annoying lists that,
Yeah.
and we gave him a run for his money both times. So
Yeah.
shout out to Sam for doing that as well.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Round far four, Men of the West against Jake. Lovely game. I think it did get my vote for my top vote for sportsmanship because he's just
I
lovely.
lovely.
Men of the West on foot Aragorn with Leggy, Aomer, and Guahir. Can't say I love the Aomer choice considering like what I don't know what he does particularly, but it's still a cool Man of the West list. He did have a good amount of Rohan throwing spears, which in Dark of Night a little bit scary, but it was turn one, give it to him. There was no March called up, and it was more of like a repositioning turn where he kind of moved up, and Aena and Aragorn were in the front rank. And I went, for free? So every shot at Aragorn, do I think I only did like 1 wound, maybe, but get rid of like 2 of his fate. And I'm like, okay, it's a start. It's
This is
all
great.
good. Next turn he marches. And I have to go first. So I just kind of like reset up, and Bayon's still in man form. My favorite thing this entire tournament was Bayon staying in man form like a turn too long, because that 10.5 inch range is just so good. And even when you like, I will never hide it. Like he has a 10.5 inch range or thereabouts. Like I'll mark it out, easy peasy. But until the base is on the board, your
Oh,
opponents never remember that.
yeah. They're like, they're not, then you put it on the board. They're like, hmm?
Oh, huh?
Wait
They
a
bring it out, they
minute.
remeasure. It's like, yeah, it was still that far before.
Damn.
No, but yeah, keeping him in man form, just kind of hanging out. They move up, try and take some shots. They both disappear into the back rank, and I'm like, oh, good. I'll try and take some shots. Don't get any kills. Next turn, I get the choice of priority. I'm like, okay, if I push out, Aragorn and Aemon don't get to combat because they're in the back rank, and I can pin them all in the back. But it's assassination, so I need to freaking lure them in. I need to reel them in. So I'm like, you know what? You can go first. And the sea parts, and Aema and Gwaihir get into one thing, and Aragorn gets into two more, and I'm like, did I make a mistake? Because they just go combat Aragorn, combat Gwaihir. Gwaihir jumps the lines, kills both my Mirkwood knights. Aragorn just keeps slamming through Bayon sitting in the back of the man form, being like, "Oh no,
It's like you
what
see
did I
this shit.
do?" And I'm like, okay, and I lost like 6 twos that turn, and I was like, "Oh, not good, not good, not good." But the next turn, I'm like, well, Gwaihir's left, and he's busy over on the other flank, and I've chosen Bayon to be my assassin because fucking obviously,
Yeah.
and I want to kill that bitch AMR because he shouldn't be in the list. And now there's, I don't know, a 60 mil hole where Gwaihir was. So Gloin and Bayon tag that bitch.
Form a
And we
relationship.
try and hold the line to stop Aragorn getting in and peeling off Bayon. So we're tagging, and I can only get one into Aragorn. He doesn't have any support though. And there is unfortunately a little way he can shimmy in and charge Bale. I'm like, what can you do? So he, for Frodo's, rightfully so, and he does combat Aragorn. I strike on Bayon because Aemma strikes as well. My Gloin strikes as well. So I'm like, okay, there's no Aragorn is fight 8 with the for Frodo, but I'm striking on Bayon, so he's not going to charge to peel him off unless he really thinks it. Because next turn, I'm just going to kill him again. So I think it's just Aemma will like strike up, try and like shield, and just try and survive the turn. That's all good. And this is where because AM there's so many E's and
Aragon.
A words. Aragorn had called the free moves already. Spends a real might to call for combat. Wins the fight. Trip twos. Can't reroll the ones. And he's sitting there and going like, God, I needed this to go off, and I'm like, oh shit, that sucks. That sucks.
Holy shit.
And I'm obviously playing Devil and Angel on the shoulder. I'm like realistically, like I don't know if you can afford to spend both mine, but I'm gonna kill Aemma. And one of them might be my assassin. That might be my target. So like, oh, I don't know. And he goes, "Fuck, I think like I can't let you like I think Balin should play your assassin, so I gotta like peel him off for a turn and hope for something to happen." And
Huh?
Legolas is in La La Land, by the way. He's like a turn away. Aragorn charges through, spends both might, kills the dwarf he was fighting, runs through to Bayon. Bayon strikes up, bang, kills him. Gloin wins the strike off against Aemma. One wound, no fate left after he does him. Bayon next turn goes back in, finishes off Aemma. And I went, I guess the game is done.
Jesus.
Because it's all the worst bit as well is the issue was that Aragorn died for Frodo turned off, Banner turned off, so Am also dropped back to fight 6. So he was just like a raw roll off, not normal. My guy here charges into his guy here to hold him off, and I'm like, it's all good. Roll some dice, do a wound, ha ha ha, cheeky. I charge in next turn with Gwaihir. And at this point, I'm like, cool, there's a Legolas to deal with and a Gwaihir. We just gotta hold out, easy
Yep.
peasy. Mike Waihir charges his. He calls a strength. And I'm like, I'm I'm the one on the charge, dude. Like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I forgot. But cool, I'm good. I'm gonna hold my mind. I'm just gonna like use to win the fight. He wins and fucks me. And he does all 3 wounds. And I fuck up my thing. I go to one wound, no fade. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And
Oh,
lucky Maguire doesn't die because I think I heroic defense the next turn. I had to like I was and
you're
eventually
like, you're the
Walks
spicy panic.
around. Bayon does walk around eventually and slap his Guahir back to reality. I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck just
What
happened?
happened?
And we go to start adding up scores. And I'm like, well, yeah, like Bayon was my assassin trying to kill AMR. I got the break and everything else on you.
He
So
says
I got
Guai was trying to kill Guai, huh?
it wasn't. I don't think it was. No, it was something like AM killing Guahi or something. But Guahi was his target, so he scammed some points from me. So I got 36, 7, 8. So I think I got the full 20, but I think he
20
got
to
like
3? 20
three
to
or 4 points off me.
No,
Yeah,
20 to 6 or something maybe?
I
No,
think
because it wasn't his
it was.
assassin that did the wound.
I don't think it was his assassin. So I think it was
Yeah.
like 3. Yeah,
Yeah, it must have been 3. Must be like 20 to 3.
but yeah, just
Crazy.
really funny. The rogue strength while being charged and just punching the bird back.
Bang.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Round 5. And we're sitting again, me, you and I are looking at each other like, okay, we're both
3-1.
minor loss.
3
And
majors.
we both got, oh, you got
No, two majors.
you had the 2 in the
The
minor
one.
against the shadows. And I'm like, okay, I dodged Tyler again. Easy Pete. Like, all good. We can diverge paths once again. And that's when we both get punished. So I have to go against the Shadows of Angmar that we didn't want to face with the withers and everything. And you have to face the other Victorian Mike that also brought the
Oh, the
exact same
second.
list as us. The third musketeer we didn't tell you guys about. And you guys actually have the exact same list.
The exact same. Yep.
No wargy
No
changes.
differences. No nothing.
Why don't you tell us how that blood feud went?
So we came to a fun agreement of crushing strengths only for our bears, and everything else up for grabs. At least that's what I thought. Either way, so we get into it. He doesn't place his bows in optimal positioning, so I go, "This is the one time I'm gonna make you pay for it." I do shooting, and I kill basically over the course of 2 turns, kill basically all of his elves, with the exception of Legolas, obviously. But I kill all the elves in his list. He has minimal fight five. He has maybe like one bowman left. And he's just like, you've. It's like all my fight five. I'm like, I
Yeah.
know. It's good.
What's he doing while you're shooting him? I'm just
He's trying to
curious.
shoot. No, he's trying to shoot back. But then
He's just not.
some of the guys are also on the objective, so he has them in the way, and it's just like, okay, cool.
Just sort of positioning,
He
yeah.
comes up, and we finally get into the first turn of combat, and I go, okay, Bayon v Bayorn. I'm like, I'm not gonna strike. You gonna strike? Nah, no. My Bayorn fucking fucks it, rolls like a 3 high, and I'm just like, yeah,
Guess you're confident.
I guess. First one, crushing strength, rolls a 2, and he's like, do I spend a point of might?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. If you roll the 1 next turn, though, you're gonna regret it. He's like, oh fuck, I'm
Right,
spending. I'm
right,
like,
yeah.
okay, no worries. I'm like, you're gonna roll a 1 now. Rolls it,
Ah,
rolls a 1, and he's
you
like,
dickhead. Both of it. Spend it all.
no.
You just
So
need
then
four
no,
more and you kill
we
him.
did a simulation. We both were like, you know what? Just for the good
If
of the
you spend the
company,
mine.
what happens? Rolls another 1.
Oh, okay. Good
He was like,
news.
I was like, so good thing you didn't spend it, right? He's like, yeah, good thing. No worries.
Oh,
On the other end is Guahir v Guahir, but I have a little cheeky dwarf with an elven glaive spear support that he's like, oh, he doesn't realize that the elven glaive is in there, and he's like, we go to roll. We both get 6s. He's like, okay, but I'm on the charge. So, like, I get 4 dice. Easy. We do the roll off. I'm evil for this game. It's roll the dice. It rolls a 4, and he's like, so I win. Perfect. I'm like, what? I'm like, no. What's behind the dwarf, brother? He's like, what the fuck do you mean? What's behind the dwarf? Is that an elf with a glaive? I'm like, yep. So I win.
oh no.
Guahir 3 wounds.
Fuck me.
The dwarf does another wound. Guahir's down to 1 wound, no fate, and he's just like, I don't think this is how it was meant to go. I should have defensed. It's like, but you're on the charge. Either way, kept going back and forth. I'm winning out a lot of the fights. Gloin's starting to really munch down, go through. Legolas is killing stuff. His Legolas isn't really participating. Gloin v Gloin, but he's trapped. He whiffs. Eventually, he dies. Bayorns keep going back and forth. I win a thing. I'm like, oh, crushing strength, baby. I roll a 3. I'm like, 1 wound. Let's keep going. Roll a 1. I have 2 might left. I'm like, I gotta save it, I guess. So our crushing strengths are bouncing off each other. Gets to the end of the game. His Legolas is by himself, trapped by my Legolas, my Gloin, and another 2 dudes. Guahir's already gotten for the back objective because he's cleared out the other Guahir because he just died. Either way, I'm like, okay, you whiff, you die. He doesn't whiff, though. He then does 2 wounds to Legolas. I have to fate them both to pass so I don't give up leader VPs. And I'm like, holy shit, this is ridiculous. I'm like, but I have all the objectives. Or so I thought. His Bayorn versus my Bayorn. I'm like, cool. We both roll. I lose the roll. I lose the fight. He goes, barge. I'm like, huh? What do you mean, bro? What happened to our crushing strength? Nah, everything's off the table,
I think
boys.
he been enough war crimes that happened on the other side of the board. He was like, I need mine back.
Yeah, literally, he's like, I'm getting my get back. Moves, kills 2 dudes on the objective, denies denies me getting like a full like 18-0 or like a 20-0, which kind of I thought would have made a difference. Commits war crimes. Either way, I'm like, damn, Mike, that's how we're gonna play it. That's crazy.
So it's
Either
been
way,
drawn to at the end.
he's like, I wanted a point. To be fair, he was already getting a point from something else, and I'm pretty sure it was something early on. And I was just like, this mother. Either way, fantastic game. Love playing Mike. Just the back and forth on the crushing strengths not doing
Oh,
anything.
it's
That's like
so
the
good.
first time I've seen crushing strength not actually like
Dude, I thought I
work.
would use it a lot. It just
Doesn't
ain't
come
gonna
up
lie.
because
Yeah.
you're like, but Bayon just automatically kills you if I
Yeah.
charge. That's the
Yeah.
you're only using them when you're flat-footed and you're like, oh,
It's like, yeah, or like you're into a Mumak or a Smaug or
something. And you're just like, ah, kill. Either
ugh.
way, that's my game. Now you, sir, had to go up against the
Dude, the
Withers.
existential dread I had going into this game. And I got to my table and I'm like, dude, I fucking hate your list. And he's like, dude, you have a stinky list. And I'm like, no, I don't. And he's like, I had to play Tyler and it was bullshit. And I'm like, okay, okay. So Tyler set the bar. He
Set
set
the
the bar.
bar.
But he knows how to play against the list. I haven't played against the Wither. So on breakthrough, and I'm like, cool. I'm gonna one drop down my stuff, just see where you start putting guys. Well, he drops on my back objective, and he starts putting down these like 6-man warbands with a shaman on the middle line. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to deploy up next to you because you're just going to wither spam, and I don't know what happens from there. Bayon deploys on his own hard left flank behind a tree, like it's a decently large tree, and there's no specters in the army, so there's no chance Gulliver charges it. And if they want to cast Wither, they're going to have to do some serious sideways movement. I'm like, I don't think they're going to do that. And if they are, I'm fine with it. Everyone else basically drops on my back objective. I'm going to take as many turns of shooting as I can. We'll break out and eventually we'll hopefully get the objectives. Turn one, give it to him. And they kind of basically just shimmy together. Nothing really moves. Gulliver goes from the hard left flank kind of behind the lines. And the only thing holding the majority of his flank between, like, I don't know, Bayon and his casters is two werewolves.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay. I think I'm gonna go and pull a fucking Tyler. Bayon transforms around the tree and the J Claire special
Peekaboo.
and spots him and goes, cool, I'm gonna charge these two werewolves. And he's like, oh, courage test, you -1. Feel it.
Fearless
Yeah.
bitch.
Goes in, and I'm like, I'm calling a combat, dude. I'm fucking sending it. Goes, combats through two, hits a Barrow White and an Orc, kills them both. I'm like, cool, that's one down. Easy. Meanwhile, everyone else has realized we need to support Bayon. We don't have anyone near him, like, at all. So everyone's running up while he's flying up. We need to, like, next turn be able to help pin stuff. Otherwise, Bayon's gonna get magic abused and killed by Gulliver. So everything's running up. We've got a couple guys going for the side objective. Easy peasy. Next turn, I lose the move off. The priority. I'm like, cool, why here move? Not going to bring anyone else with him, but I'm going to charge a Shaman and Golvar. And in my
Just
book,
pin.
that's so fine.
Yep.
He calls one back. I get it. Why he goes and does that. I'm like, cool, go for it. You can do all the things. He does. I don't know if he channeled any of that turn. I think maybe. No, he kept on doing one dice cast. No, it was a turn of like all three shaman did a one dice cast, and they were going for. I'm gonna say no. That was the turn he rolled like a 1-1-2. I think that was the turn he absolutely fluffed it, and just nothing went off. I'm like, okay, sick. Barrow went off, and Guahir spent.
Three will.
No, no, so
Two
Guahir
will.
had to spend a will to get into the fight
That's
because
right.
I stuffed my
Yes.
courage test.
Yep.
Spent both will, got a double six, and I'm like, okay.
We're on.
Hypothetically, like if I didn't have to spend a
Bullshit.
charge in and then I could do two and get one free, like you can understand how like the skew kind of levels out a little. I should
Eh.
have failed the courage test. Come on.
The courage says no, but the double sixes the resist is
But
pretty
imagine that's just
fucked.
1-6. That's fine.
Yeah, 1-6 is fine. But
Yeah,
like
no, no. But imagine if I didn't have
two?
to spend the might on the courage, and
Oh
then that's basically
no,
the free
it's
will.
the fuck.
Anyway, everything else running up as they get into combat. Bayon, flat-footed, surrounded by werewolves, and I'm like, I'm not going to heroic defense. There's no reason. I'm just going to save my might,
Win
try
the
and do
fight.
stuff,
Yep.
win the fight with Bayon, shove
Part
them
the
all
rest.
away, barge, do everything, get into. I think it was at least one more shaman,
And a werewolf or
and
something.
yeah, and to kill another shaman. I'm like, cool, two shaman down. There is still a barrow white. We'll get into that. I then do a dumb thing. Me in my head, Gulliver's 5A. Don't know
You
why.
defense.
I defense with Clark here, and then midway through rolling the dual roll, I'm like, why am I doing this? And he went, I don't know, you just called it. And I went, sure. We both defense. I win, obviously, because I'm 5'8". And like, well, I'm not going to go into defense in Gulliver. I'm going to kill the Shaman I charge, kill him, do one wound to Gulliver. I'm like, fucking sick.
Hmm.
So we're in a position, there's one Barrow White left, there's two Shaman left, and Gulliver is not happy about this situation he's in. And I'm about to get the rest of my models in range.
Yep.
Next turn, we go for it. He gets priority, starts throwing all the spells, and all my troops get in, and we're just Gulliver is escaping, whatever. That's fine. We're gonna start grinding out, but confined into one area of the board. This is so chill. Um, Legolas has just been a little baby. He's using his Elven Cloak to not get spotted by Gulliver. I don't want to get heroic combated into, nothing. And then my troops just start doing what they do, which is be higher fight with a banner, with strength 4 and glaives, and just start murking orcs. Gwahi went into a barrow wipe, killed him, and I'm like, cool, don't have to worry about that anymore. And just start mincing through things through. Gulliver like failed to kill the guy he was fighting, or something. I mean, he might have killed one dude, but didn't combat, so he didn't threaten anything the next turn.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, so we're at the point where there's like two shamans left with like a will each. I think I'd cop some withers, but wasn't too fast.
Yep.
The werewolves are kind of locked on the flank. I'm grinding through. And we went to turn 4 priority. I won the roll for priority, and we called the game there. At that point, just all of his threat was nullified. The orcs weren't going to do enough, and I just had enough resources and things left. Well, Gloin was full stat. Like, at that point, there was just nothing to do, really.
Yep.
And
Makes
just
sense.
Bayon being Bayon just did the job from the start. If that second Barrow was alive, could be very, very different.
Yeah, 100%. Cool.
Round six.
The dreaded round 6. We're thinking we're gonna play each
Oh,
other.
it's like, oh, dude, again, and then now to like another round six, like that would suck. Luckily, dodge.
Psych.
However, I flew too close to the sun. I'm playing Kylie of the Green Dragon, and you were
And
playing again on another top table.
yes,
Like,
against the guy I had to play against, and we'll do another video hopefully soon about the recap of Battle Hardened because I had to play this guy in the last round of Battle Hardened as well. And this was interesting. It was definitely heavily in my favor just because of my mobility. He has dwarves, and only part of his army will be able to be in the march. He splits up the warbands Thorin and Beaufort in one corner, Nori and the captain in the other. I have Legolas and Gloin in one corner, and then I have Lake Time Militia Captain, Gwahir, and Beorn in the other one. Main reason for this is I wanted them to benefit from the heroic march turn 1. So it means that Gwahir, with his 17-inch move, can get onto one of the objectives immediately. Beorn relatively moved, I think about 13 inches in total, and gets in front of the other objective. Um, the other guys are just trying to move up as fast as they can, trying to basically contest the objective, potentially even grab them before the dwarves can even get there. It ends up being that I do the first turn march, grab objectives. Second turn, Beorn grabs an objective. I call another march to get closer. And I'm basically committing full up on the Nori captain side. Now, when I say typically like, oh, Gwahir isn't that bad, Gwahir was ridiculous this game. He was ridiculous. Okay, so he goes into the Iron Hills captain, and you know what I do? I'm like, I'm gonna call it combat.
oh,
He's like,
you're
what
a
do you mean
bad
call?
man.
He's like, what do you mean call it combat? I'm gonna call it combat. So I call it combat. I rend the captain, 4 wounds, take him off. I go into
You
Nori.
can just do that, can't you? I forgot about that.
So I kill the captain, and I'm like, okay, no worries. I then go into Nori. I go, well, I need 6s to wound him. Fine, whatever. I do two sixes on 8 dice. He's like, huh? Either way, Nori survives, spends a fate, spends a might, no worries. So he's down to 1 might, no fate, and I'm crushing this side completely. Like Beorn's now in, he combats through, kills 4 dwarves. This whole side's basically collapsing. Legolas is getting in. Legolas, prior to this, by the way, had already, before they even got into combat, had already killed 3 Iron Hills dwarves just from shooting alone.
Oh,
Then we get into that first round of combat as well. He's like, you know what? Those guys behind, I'm going to start shooting them just to relieve some pressure. kills another two dwarves, didn't even have to spend might. And Lucas is just like, man, you're shooting. I'm like, I don't know, man. Legolas is feeling like the movies.
I
Can't
will
help you.
say, dude, the luck felt so interesting because we were all three top tables had to use like fresh GW dice for this round.
Yes.
So all of us had like all our mumbo jumbo about our own dice had disappeared. So we're like, I don't know which one's good and which one's bad. And so you start hitting shots, you're like, okay, this one, then it fails, and you're like, okay, maybe not.
No, I stuck with these guys. These guys led me to the promised land. Either way, friggin' and ended up being that going over the course of the game. So Nori and the captain are dead. Thorn and Beaufort finally get to the area, but I have all four objectives. The ones that are like the Mirkwood Cav and one of the Glaives has the other objectives. They're the guys that keep freaking rolling ones, thankfully, because holy shit, if Gwahir and Beorn were transfixed, that would be a very, very bad situation. But Thorn finally gets in to like it's close to Gwahir. He starts doing some things, but then Gloin just starts responding. He just starts being a menace. He walks up to freaking Beaufort and is like, "You, me." 3 minutes. Kills Beaufort. Now it's just Thorin Stonehelm left, and I'm just like, let's run it.
Yeah, I kind of just realized looking at the list, like the chief heroes are cute and all, but like, God, it kind of relies on those warriors to do all the hitting power.
All the hitting. Like, I mean, the +1 to wound seer supports is still scary
It's
as.
good, but all like no Gimli, no Gloin to worry about.
Yeah, no Gimli, no Gloin, no like it's also the might. Like you don't have enough might. Like you have like it's cool. Thorn's cool headed thing didn't go off once, by the way. He ends up being out of might towards the end of the game. He ends up trapping Beorn, doing a couple wounds, putting on Beorn on one wound. No fate, I'm pretty sure. But at this point, it was just like the game was already over. It was last turn anyway. If I get another turn, basically we played it out. I get priority. I go into Thorin, kill Thorin. I get all the objectives in the middle. So instead of a 14-0 to me, it goes to 20-0 to me. But just the dwarves in this scenario, like the mobility killed him.
Yep,
And
which
and
and this isn't even a maneuvering scenario. This is a unique, I think.
yeah, it's a unique
But just
scenario.
goes to show, obviously, like imagine what like two Go Riders would have done for this army.
Yeah. Two
Like it
more.
just would have been a game changer, honestly.
Yeah.
Are
Or
there
even
any? Yeah,
just having
there's one. Yeah,
like just having another person to march. Like I don't know, like Nori's cute, but like just having another captain maybe for the 5 pluses for the master battle is
yeah.
still
It's like, do you need 49
yeah.
models?
Yeah. I don't think so. I think you'd rather like
Obviously,
they're
it's done well to get it there, but yeah, sometimes you just need that little bit of
yeah.
extra
You
spice.
drop five, you literally drop six dudes. You drop six, no, six, you drop five dudes technically. You get another captain and split up the war bands more, and you're like, cool. I'm at 44 models, two captains, so on and so forth. Which to me is just infinitely better. So
Yeah, Val.
otherwise, your game with
Oh,
Kylie.
so we went in and we were just so I don't think we'd played at a tournament in quite a while, so to get to the top tables and get to play was just a great feeling. Got there, I deployed the two monsters together and then everyone else together. Kylie
Mhm.
went Stormcaller, Arwen, and Lindia Elrond. We go for it. I march with the placement of the objectives was interesting because one of them was just in a tiny house. This is Conquest Creations Direct Deep board. One of them was in a tiny house. And I went, I do not want to sit there just fighting like a dismounted Elrond or just a bunch of elves in that fight. Stuff it. I'm gonna march at the one between towards Arwen and the Stormcaller. Gwahi is gonna also go that way, towards the Stormcaller and Arwen, pick up an objective on the way. Bayon in man form, he's gonna go for the other one. If I get to transform and grab it, all good. If not, I think I'm just gonna try and be annoying to Elrond and just kind of control space. We set up next turn. Stormcaller calls a move. Gloin calls move. No, Legolas or Gloin calls a move, and the captain marches again. Whoever wins it grabs the objective and kind of sets the tone. Kylie wins the move off, grabs it, and then just starts to huddle up on the side because I'm essentially threatening everything but Bayon in my entire army is going to go and get that objective back. And I start to move that way, and I start taking casualties. Stormcall is starting to try and abuse Gua here, and I'm like, it's just not feeling good. She manages to grab with the Riv Knight, go grab the a objective near Bayon, and I'm like, ah, okay, so you've got three objectives because she also sent someone into the building to grab it. I've got one. I have to go take on the double magic side. Elrond just gets essentially a free walk to the middle. The only thing in the way is like Bayon, and you have magic and free wraths. Not feeling great. Next turn, transfixes. The knight in the building near Bayon gets transfixed. The lone one in the building gets transfixed. And instantly that changes everything. And I think I I can't even say who went first.
Mm.
I don't think it matters. But essentially I full swing backwards towards Elrond. Everything goes except Legolas and all the archers line up shots through the door at this objective holder. Gloin and a Merc Knight run towards it, set up a heroic move, dismount, go grab it. We go, shoot through, and I'm like, okay, sick, awesome. Bayon is 10. Oh no, I must have gone first because Bayon was 10.5 inches away from Elrond, and you fucking sure as shit bet I sent that bitch in. So meanwhile, so this objective's dropped. I picked it up with a Merkwood Knight. I'm like, cool, I was gonna hold it and we'll try and get it off to Gloin or something. Bayon's full sent into Elrond.
Yep.
Elrond has been joined by two guys. The rest are just setting up to surround to get a
And
trap
trap.
and next turn send everyone in.
Yep. Makes sense.
Elrond defends us, and I'm like, cool, I don't have to strike. Perfect. I win, kill the friend that joined in fighting me, killed the spear support as well.
Yep.
Obviously knocked Elrond off his horse, and I think did one wound, got two fade off him. And I'm like, fucking brilliant.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
Yep.
Next turn, my Merkwood Knight and instantly kill. Was just instantly, but I'm like, okay, but with you've had to devote more resources in there. I'm starting to run dudes into there. Bayon Flatfoot gets surrounded. She drops a four dice wrath on him and rolls a three high. Or three dice wrath. I think she kept one in well in the back. Drops a
Damn.
three high and sitting there going, okay, I need a might to strike. Am I going to use my essentially last point of my to get the wrath off? And I'm like, okay, well, realistically, I have three dice plus a free to resist. Probably not. And she doesn't, which I think is probably the
The
right
right
option. Like,
play.
I
It's the
don't
right
think it's
play.
worth it. I will happily throw probably two and a free to just ensure that turn
Yeah.
nothing happens.
Like if she does that, yeah, it's so no way.
Yeah.
Mm.
But then the Riv Army Burst plus on courage, every elf charged me. Everyone. Elrond and every elf, everyone has spear supports. I'm like, oh god, this is crazy. Everyone goes in, strike off, strike off. Elrond hits a 9, Bayon hits a 10, both rolling threes. And I she rolls a 6, I roll a 5, last point of might to might up.
Yep.
And I'm like, cool, this has to be the
Rend.
turn.
What did you do?
Barge.
Barge recharged.
Barge and recharge, get the knockdown, go up to 4 dice, and pray. Just pray. Barge
Yep.
everyone back. And the main thing is also push everyone away from the objective to help because they're all knocked. They're not knocked down, but they push them away from the objective. Elrond goes towards the middle. I circle back towards the middle, go into Elrond, hit the 6, one tap on the 8 dice, winning on 4s.
Yep.
Elrond's gone. The army bonus isn't, but that's obviously massive. The Wrath of Bruin is essentially gone.
Yep.
Feeling fantastic. Guahi is just kind of flying around. Like, we're not going to get to Arwen. Arwen's just chilling at the back, holding onto an objective. The Riv Knight is just hiding at the back, trying to hold onto the objective. But Guahi just slowly chomping through guys, barging around, tries to threaten Arwen, but can't really. Ends up just running back towards the middle and sitting on the objective. We eventually go and gets the objective, heads towards the middle, and the game ends on the second roll of the dice.
Yep.
Um, I think because it wasn't a
It's a minor
it was a
win.
minor win only because I got it.
Like a 12-3, like a
I think it was a 12-3 because I got 3 points for Guahir in the middle, 1 point for Gloin holding it. I
mhm.
got him two for the middle, three for the break, three for the general, or one and three. And
One
then
in
Kylie had the I think
break.
a wound on Legolas.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
one.
because I don't think she broke me. A wound on Legolas, and then 2 points for the two heirlooms.
Yep.
I think it's something like that. Yeah,
Yep.
but a minor win there. We're kind of all looking around, and Sam's gone undefeated, but he's got a couple minor wins and a draw.
The weak
And
guys.
we had a part in that. And Tyler's only lost the one minor loss, and I've only got the one minor loss, and Kylie's only got the one minor loss now because she was undefeated. And we're all looking around like Ned. Oh, Ned's also
In
gone
the
five and
contentions.
one.
Yeah.
I'm like, we have no clue how this is lined up. And at the end of it all, wow, I just pressed the button, nothing happened. Goats top two, baby. So in fifth was Sam with the Army of the White Hand. 5 wins, one draw, no losses with the Army of the White Hand. But I think two, or at least two of those were minor wins.
Yep.
Kylie with the Rivendell, 5 wins and a loss, just the one minor loss. Ned with Men of the West, our fellow list reviewer, the inside knowledge helping, obviously.
Absolutely.
Going 5 and 1. And then Tyler and I taking up second and first
hmm
with a bunch of VPs on the board. Five
Yep.
and one. I think I had what, four majors, a minor, and then the minor loss was
Yep.
the same for you. So it's only separated
Same
by
for
a
me.
couple points.
Yep.
With victory point differential and stuff. I think everyone scored full painting points on the top five as well. So
Yep.
very tight. I think they was mentioning it was something, and I don't know how accurate it is, but it was something like one tournament point between me and you, Ned, and Kylie were all the same tournament points, but separated by VP differential, and
Yep.
then Sam was a tournament point behind that, so like super tight.
Yep.
Um, and goes to show just kind of how hotly contested these tournaments in
Tournaments.
Australia when we get everyone all together.
Yep.
100% because we haven't had like all five of us at a tournament since like Clash, and we all kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
didn't all do too well.
I tried with Goblin Town.
I
I did
couldn't do it.
well.
Even
I did
Ned
12.
and I didn't do well either.
Dude, I tried, man.
Uh,
Yeah. I like it.
but in conclusion, so we did we did it. We also did it the next day as well.
Yes, we did.
So we should mention we went to the doubles the next day. It was 1,207 points, and we discussed for way too long what we were gonna bring. And
Yes.
Tyler kept going, "How about Lyndon or Last Alliance?" And I went, "No,
No,
yuck,
never.
never, yucky." And I was like, "Oh, but there's like some cool evil stuff," and I was like, "No, nah."
I'm allergic.
And then I went, okay, but what about the Riv Knights? Are they on the table? So I ended up bringing Riv Knights, Elrond, Glorf, Arwen.
I brought Riv
I
Knights.
hypothetically brought some Riv Knights and then left them at home. But hypothetically, we had Elrond, Glorf, the twins, Arwen, and a captain with a banner.
Yes, two
Um, and,
banners, two banners,
and
two
we went
banners.
into two. Oh yeah, we did have two banners. That was cool.
hmm
And we went into
Halls of
stuff.
Thranduil. Halls of Thranduil
Yeah,
first round.
Halls of Thranduil in the split deployment run to the middle. We went into six troll brutes and a bolg in the Contest of Champions version.
So yeah, the Clash, yeah, Clash of
Yeah,
Champions. Yep.
and then Duel of Wits into four dragons. Yucky.
Uh,
And we won. And we won the tournament as well. So first and second, just all around. So a very successful trip for us.
Yes, absolutely.
Sam and Ned also got second in the doubles.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, so I didn't expect. I was going to bring Fornos to CanCon. I'm so glad I had the worst time playing them because I got to play this army and it was very fun.
Yep.
And
Bayor's
I
nice,
really
isn't
enjoyed it.
it?
Bayon is so good. Oh, it's so fun. He just literally does exactly what you want him to, which is I touch something and it dies. It's
It's like
amazing.
it's so good. It's such a good feeling. I think it was just fun for us to play the same list, see how we both did. Obviously, it comes down to like matchups and things. Like I got the optimal Army of Edoras random matchup. You got the Fangorn
Yeah.
matchup. You got like
And then
it's just like
we got two of the exact same matchups as
matchups. Yes,
well.
exactly. And it was just very interesting how we both dealt with it. It's Yeah, it was a very interesting tournament overall. Definitely enjoyed it. We're hoping to get to 100 players plus next year, so be sure if you can, even from around the world, if you're in Australia around January,
Yep,
come
Shadow
attend
Weekend.
Conquest.
It's a massive convention, even if you're not playing Middle Earth, but you should.
But you
But
should.
40k, Sigma, Bolt Action, Blood Bowl, everything with a massive secondhand section and a vendors section. So you can check out the Medbury miniatures and all them. Would highly recommend. Shout out to Stucky as the TO.
Yep.
Just what a guy. And
What
the
a
TO
tale.
team,
And the rest of the
Alicia and
team.
Chris Tott, fantastic work. Made only good calls. There was not one little.
Not one bad call.
No,
Not
no,
one.
I actually genuinely fantastic TO
Yeah, they
team.
were fine.
Uh,
They were fine.
they were
It's not that
fantastic.
deep. It's not
I
that
had
deep. It's
no,
not that deep, I
I had no issue.
promise. It
But
is.
all jokes aside,
Yep.
that is it for today. Hopefully, we'll be back soon. Is there anything else you want to plug? Is there something you want to ask the people?
Do I want to ask the people?
Video ideas. Do we need to ask them for video ideas?
So, video ideas, absolutely. However, before that, I will be
Uh-huh.
doing a small little short or maybe a little video or even just a small post on either our YouTube channel or in Discord as well. It will be in regards to a little competition I had amongst four painters here in Australia. It'll be four different seasons of Thranduil. So stay tuned for that in hopefully the coming weeks. But yeah, I'll give it back to you, brother, and you can ask for a turn for video ideas.
I guess anything you guys are interested in, once the FAQ comes out very soon, we'll be doing a fresh new power rankings of every army in the game. We'll probably also do, I want to do a how-to barge video
Yeah.
and go over exactly how to make use of the new barge. Hopefully it doesn't get changed too much. Is there anything else we want to do? We want to hot takes live on the Discord in voice chat and people join the chat and bring up points with us. Do you guys just want more deep dives into factions, more tournament reviews? You want some at tournament videos of us recording our games, perhaps? Let us know in the comments, let us know in the Discord. Without further ado, thank you for listening and have a good one.